Well,
So
if you're gonna get hooked, what movie is better than that?
actually, really good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a
It's like
good
my
movie
favorite movie now.
and it's very funny.
I
And
sing along and I know every word to it.
away, away.
Oh wait, oh wait.
I do the I do the "You're Welcome" song really good with her. You know, look at that mini Maui to tip it to tapping.
That was impressive.
Oh yeah, because I do it, and then she loves. She's like, she's looking at me. She's like, do it, and then I jump up and down. We go, hey, and then he's
That's
like,
how I feel right now. Do it again. Do it again.
what? Look at that mini Maui to tip it to tapping.
Yeah. What
Go,
can I say except you're welcome?
dude, it's good. It's good shit.
So we literally watch it every morning. Also, we gotta start off with a little cheers.
Oh yeah, I got my. Oh, by the way, Terramana Tequila. You know whose that is?
Shout out.
Shout out Terramana Tequila, The Rock. What's up, dog? That's your tequila, The Rock. Can
Oh,
you read
he goes by Dwayne these days. He doesn't like The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, just Dwayne Johnson.
All right, Dwayne Johnson. Now my idol. Dude is a beast. Can you read that or is that backwards?
No, I can see it. It's perfect.
Yeah, this shit is
Ana mana trait.
Terramana. This is Dwayne Johnson's tequila, and he's been known for reposting anybody who tags him in it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But,
Really nice.
oh yeah. 'Cause
Also,
yeah.
talking about DJ. Uh,
Yeah.
every morning I'm waking up and watching Moana, and I don't know who likes it more, me or Cooper.
Dude, thank you by the way. You got us freaking hooked. And
Well,
so we
if you're gonna get hooked, what movie is better than that?
actually really good movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a
It's like
good
my
movie
favorite movie now.
and it's very funny.
I
And
sing along and I know every word to it.
away, away.
Oh wait, oh wait.
I do the "You're Welcome" song really good with her. You know, look at that mini Maui to tip it to tapping.
That was impressive.
Oh yeah, because I do it, and then she loves. She's like, she's looking at me. She's like, do it, and then I jump up and down. We go, hey, and then he's
That's
like,
how I feel right now. Do it again. Do it again.
what? Look at that mini Maui to tip it to tapping.
Yeah. What
Go,
can I say except you're welcome?
dude, it's good. It's good shit.
So we literally watch it every morning
Yeah.
and a couple times a day sometimes. If he's getting cranky, we turn that on and like the opening scene before it's even the opening scene, like when it's just like Paramount and then it's just like away and just like you can hear a voice in the distance
Like,
that he'll be crying and you can't do anything to stop it and then you turn that on and he'll just like and stare at the screen.
yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah. That's the way she is too, man. Like, and it's where he's at right now. Like, I wish I could go back and pay more attention, like, to what was really going on, like the age, because it's crazy. Like, I'm so trapped in like where she is today and like how she's grown even this week. There's so just keeps changing and all this stuff. But I remember that like where all of a sudden they become aware of shit
Right.
and like and you're like, oh, you get it now. Like there was a day they didn't, and then there was a day
The
all of a
next
sudden they
day.
were looking at it. Yeah, and you're like, whoa. You're like, stop. No, no, no.
And then every day you test it and you're like, all right, let's see if she still gets it.
Yeah, it's for real. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
And then you're like, wow, she's grown up.
Yeah. And I can't wait until you just wait until he gets her
You
age.
just wait till you're on week or month 5. Just wait till 6.
Yes,
You don't even know.
you're on month 5, right? Going
5.
into 6?
Oh, 6 coming up. 6 in fuck 3 days, 6 months.
And that's fucking crazy to me because like I got this little girl that's running around now and I have to hold her and dance and sing the songs like I'm throwing them up my back, my arms are tired, like like I no one wants to hear, but you get exhausted, dude. Like you get fucking wiped out and
Right.
like sleep is such a big thing now that like and she still sleeps in the bed. So I was gonna ask you is like, are you starting now to like, does Cooper sleep in the bed?
So that's weird you asked me tonight. No. In fact, tonight, right now, about an hour ago, half hour ago, maybe. We just put him down in his pack and play for the first time. He's been sleeping in his snoo. You know what the snoo is, right?
Yeah, so you got a snoo. That's dynamite, man. That's fucking.
But now he's too fucking big. His legs hit the end and he tries to turn over. He wants to roll over, and we're terrified of him being on his stomach.
Yep. Yeah.
So we got a monitor. We're watching him constantly. We got the owlet. You know what that is?
Owlet.
It's like a smart sock that you put on their foot, and it monitors their heart rate and their oxygen levels.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, like that has helped us sleep every night. Without that, I'd be going crazy.
Yeah, because it's like in your head, your mental, like, see, because she sleeps in the bed.
Well, it goes off. It goes off if their heart drops, or like their heart rate drops too low, or the oxygen drops too low. It will like make an alarm sound, and it wakes you up in a fucking panic, because it's done that a couple times where his heart rate went too low, and like we fucking get up. One time I was holding him. It was like 4 a.m. I was feeding him, and then Bethany jumps out of bed, like, what the fuck? And I was like, I got him. He's fine.
Yeah.
But and then the other time it was vice versa, where I jumped out of bed and I was like, where the fuck is he?
That moment of panic is like,
yeah, especially from a deep sleep, because you don't get good deep sleep anymore.
It's literally like the most confusing moment. Like, you're lucky, and you got to keep doing that, because we didn't do that. We couldn't, and it wasn't because of her, it's because of us that we couldn't get her into the crib, because we just didn't take the time to do it. We didn't do the snoo. And like, my wife is very attached. She was adopted, and she's just so attached to this girl. So I let it go, and she's great in every area, but the sleep, she still sleeps in the bed. And
you guys got to break that.
Big time, dude. Like, and she fell out of the bed twice.
Jesus.
But
aren't you scared about rolling over on her?
Yeah, well, because I'm a paranoid. She'll like be in the arm, like in your arm.
Yeah, she could like turn her head and suffocate.
Well, yeah, super sketchy at first, and like I wouldn't sleep. I'm always checking on her. I'm like looking up, putting my finger under her nose, make sure she's breathing. Now she's a champ. She rolls on her back and she's just sprawled out. It's hilarious. But I was so paranoid before that when she did actually roll out of the bed, our bed's like a few feet high. She didn't hit the floor. I put piles. I put all our couch cushions down, so she was fine.
Actually, you told me that she rolled out one time, yeah. And you heard something, but it was her hitting the pillows, and you ran over and dove.
Oh, well, I had to wake Megan up abruptly. And
no, I think when you were talking about it, she was on like a nap or something. You guys were in the kitchen or something.
Oh,
maybe I'm wrong.
There's always something. Any noise you hear, you go running.
Right.
But I was so paranoid that I already had the things down. I didn't have to learn the hard way that she's going to hit a hard floor, even though we have carpets. But what we did was we pushed our bed up to the wall, and now Megan sleeps up against the wall, so she can't roll off the bed. She either rolls into me or on the side. But like now it's really disrupting our sleep, because she keeps like kind of waking up and rustling around. She needs to get to her crib. About this $400 and something crib, she never used it. So
yeah,
get
on that ASAP. Otherwise, she'll never want to leave your bed.
No, she won't. My sister has the same problem.
It's going to be hard to transfer her over to the crib.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you, is just keep going. You're like, that's such a good move on your part. You don't even know how that's going to pay dividends down the road. Like, but we're in the middle too, because we have a friend that she has a daughter, and she has such separation anxiety from her mom.
Who's this?
It's one of our friends out here. We have like these friends. They're kind of like a hippie-ish couple. They don't have any electronic toys. They love the Grateful Dead, and they're really sweethearts. And they both work from home. They're writers. And their daughter has such separation anxiety that she can't even take a shower. Literally can't take a shower without her daughter freaking out. And she's having real problems with it. She's like breaking down.
Well, why is that? Just because she's never done that before?
Dude, it's the decisions you make. I'm not an expert or anything, but it's the decisions you make from the beginning. That's why I'm saying you're so smart for having the snoo, which was recommended to us. It was just too expensive. We bought other things. That snoo is so highly recommended, and everybody says that you got to get it so that they can be where you're at. Like, because because the other way is the hard way. You got to let your baby cry it out. You got to like.
That's what we're doing. Like, that's what we did. We don't use the snoo as a snoo anymore. We let them cry it out,
Yeah.
And it took about 3 or 4 nights
Yeah.
to get to a point where he can put himself back to sleep.
That's the key.
And he'll cry. Like last night, he was fucking crying at like 4 in the morning for an hour, but like off and on. And I feel like if you go in there now and just break the cycle, then you're gonna ruin everything that he's progressed to. So
Yeah.
now we're just waiting it out, and we like the earliest we'll get him up is like 5:30, and then the latest is 7. But for the most part, he'll go to bed every night around 7:30, and then wake up anywhere from 5:30 to 7.
See,
So
that's
we
how it's supposed to be. You're doing it right. I mean,
that solid sleep for the most part. But he wakes up in the middle of the night and he cries, and we're sitting there and watching the monitor and watching like the smart sock and making sure it's working. And I mean, hopefully it is, but
yeah,
you never really know. You never want to just rely on that.
it's amazing because I envy that position from you. I love her near us. Honestly, I love her sleeping in the bed because it does take that worry of like, where is she, out of my head. But getting sleep, man. They said it was such a cliche when we were pregnant. Everyone was like, "Just get your sleep now, man. Just get your
Yeah,
sleep
that's
now."
what I tell people. That's what I tell everyone.
Well, you roll your eyes back then. You're like, "Oh yeah, no shit, dude. I know." But then it happens. You're like,
Well, back then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna fucking go out and try and have some fun while I can. I'm gonna
"Well,
go
I
out with
had
my
a
friends.
blast, dude. I had a blast during pregnancy because I got the drink and
Yeah,
you didn't."
and I didn't.
No, she
Oh,
did.
she did. Yeah.
And
Um,
yeah, it was fun,
did,
man.
did you ever get in trouble for that?
Well, there's not much that I can do that Megan wants to do that I get away with without some guilt. Um, so but there was a couple glasses of wine that she consumed from here to there, but she was really great, because now she has a bottle a night. But back then she couldn't do that, So uh, she did. She had FOMO, but she got used to it. She got really good, and then, but the hard part was when we went on our babycation. We
Right,
went to Arizona. We stayed
right.
at the Four Seasons back when I was working with the Four Seasons, and
I seen it.
yeah, it was 50% off everything, food, booze, all that.
Wow. So she could eat, but she like at what stage was she at in the pregnancy?
Oh, late. And like the then
So
fucking
the eating,
really 10 months of pregnancy, because like they always say 9 months, it's kind of technically 10.
right.
So she was about 2 months out or a month and a half out from actually giving birth. It was late, right at the end. And 120-degree weather, beautiful, like tranquil desert. And I'm just getting ripped off Aperol spritzes, just like 20 of them a
No
day.
June bugs for you?
Nah, no.
Nah, don't
Okay.
play cool. We know you order the June bugs.
Dude, those Aperol spritzes are deadly. Deadly. And this is coming from a bartender, dude. Like, I drink straight liquor. Like, I'm drinking this tequila, rocks, lime. Like, that's what I love. Like, normally when you get in vacation mode, you want to kick it up a notch,
Right? Absolutely.
120-degree weather, you're drinking Aperol spritzes, you just feel like, oh, dude, it's like you're sitting on cloud nine. It's so great. So great.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was getting hammered.
I just want to go on vacation now.
I know. Well, you and me, leave them behind.
That's exact. I'm not talking about them.
Another time we're gonna have to talk about travel because you are a way more active person than I am, getting out and doing things. And I feel like I do all the research and I over obsess about everything and I go through the details and I worry and I'm stressed and I want everything to be perfect. And then yet over here you got your baby sleeping in the crib and I don't. And
I mean,
things
don't
easier to you,
don't think that we don't stress. We're constantly like stressing, and
No doubt, but like things have always come a little easier to you because you're way more like relaxed in life in general. Like your wavelength is a little more relaxed than my wavelength. And
oh yeah, I've always never really cared about anything.
yeah, but like legitimately,
But like
I
just
wish I
the
could.
important things, friends and family. I don't care about little shit. I don't let it bother me.
I'd say that's 100% accurate about you, and it's probably about the opposite with me. Not that I mean I care about friends and family, yes, but I do obsess about like the little things, man. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're a warrior.
yeah, Yeah, I'm very high strung, and yeah, but I'm
You
working on that, man. Because
probably check the menu before you go to a restaurant.
do I check the menu? No, you know what I do now though, because I've worked in restaurants for so long, and I'm so glad that I'm out of restaurants now. I mean, fuck, I don't ever want to go back. But I probably will go back for a second job just pick up money. But what I learned is, you know how you go out to eat, you think about what you want to eat, and then you pick the restaurant. So when you go, you don't gotta look at the menu. If I want to go and I want to have a steak, I know exactly where I want to go to have that steak, and then what drink I'm going to have with it. And I never even look at the menu anymore. I just think of what I want, and then I go to the place that I want it.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I don't even give a shit what I eat or where I eat it. I just tell her to pick a place, and then we'll go. And then I'll find something good off that menu.
Yeah. Again.
And
yeah.
it always works out. I'm always stoked.
Yeah. That's funny. Like, this is coming from a person who had bean and cheese burritos 7 nights a week.
No, like
20 years of your life.
Well, yeah, it was actually bean and cheese with lettuce.
Bean and
You
cheese
gotta,
with lettuce,
gotta,
that's right for the crunch.
you gotta get the crunch in it. And I would have it sometimes 3 times a day.
I know, for the crunch.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Papa Chico's, shout out. They're no longer in business.
No, what the fuck, dude? We don't have any good burrito spots up here, dude. We make them at home. Like LA.
So did you see the video of Reggie Bush?
No, what did Reggie Bush do?
He was hating on LA burritos.
Well, he's right.
He was like, I can't stand it. I gotta go to San Diego to get mine. I'm like, yeah.
Because it's something about it, man. It's a hot pocket. I didn't mean pocket of burrito. It's a hot spot.
It's probably the hot sauce and the meat.
Well, a lot of great things have come from San Diego burritos, like the milk chug. How many hot?
That's not a San Diego thing. That's a tour thing. That's a tour and Frankie thing.
Yeah, that is a family. Yeah, it's in the blood.
That's just me, you, Casey, and Willie. That's it.
Yeah, the milk chug.
The milk chug.
But there's someone out there, you know, maybe in another country right now watching this. They're like, I know about the milk chug. Because,
well, you know, I think we've actually got a couple people to follow, like that game plan when you're eating anything.
Why would they not? Once you realize it's a thing, you're like, how did I not know about this before?
Ice cold milk. It's got to be 2% or above.
Above, yeah, or above, yes.
Like it's got to be whole milk, preferably.
Skim milk doesn't count. It's not even real.
But so I used to think this. I used to think you eat the whole burrito, and it doesn't have to be a burrito. It could be lasagna, or it could be a steak.
Yeah, lasagna is great.
Whole meal, you eat your whole meal, and then you do the full milk chug.
I don't know.
And then I realized that's not the way to do it.
That's not how you do it.
That's not the way to do it. You do multiple milk chugs.
No, what?
Hold yes. On. I'll have 4 or 5 bites, get my mouth nice and hot, and then full milk chug, ice cold.
Multiple times?
Multiple times. I'll have like a half a gallon in a meal.
That's insanity.
Yeah, that's right.
See, the way I do it is you got to incrementally.
No.
Chug. No, you got to take like a swig, not a gulp, not a sip.
It's called a milk chug.
No, but the milk chug comes at the end. Hot sauce bites.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Real sip, clear it out, then get the hot sauce again.
Yes. And then so we are talking about burritos.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because the hot sauce itself makes the milk chug work. I eat a lot of meatball subs though. Fuck yeah. And I put red pepper on that, and that also will do the job. But you only drink over the course of eating the actual food, the burrito, you drink 25%, and then the 75% milk chug. There's math. Math.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
For every portion of burrito, there's a good portion of milk. Yeah. I think my milk portion is a little higher than yours.
What you
can do?
I made up for it as a kid, dude. This is no joke. No joke and no exaggeration. When I say this is a real deal. I used to drink a gallon of milk a day. I
remember that. Yeah. We went to UTC Mall and you said you could eat 50 cups of rice.
Dude, I think about that all the time. I can't do it anymore. But dude, back in the day.
No, you couldn't.
Dude, back in the day. I think I could have done that.
Do you know I wish I had money back then because I would have bet you.
I did a milk chug challenge for $1,000.
What was it?
I drank a gallon of milk.
Without
So
throwing up?
I can't. We've derailed the conversation so much, but I got to tell you this story. Okay, so
Without throwing up?
well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Let's just say I didn't come away with $1,000 at the end. I did pay up. It's the stupidest bet I ever made, but I knew I could do it. But here's the thing, dude, I could do it. I can do it. I did it. I did it. The first time I did it in the apartment. I had roommates. I had the 4 roommates, the guys.
This is the first challenge.
No, it can't be the first challenge. It's gonna be like the 100th challenge.
No, this is the first challenge.
It's gotta be like the 100th challenge. Milk chug challenge. I was living with the guys in the apartment, so I'm doing it. The day has come. I trained for it. The 5 days leading up, I was drinking gallons of water and puking them up on purpose to stretch my stomach. I was ready to go, man. They came in. I'm drinking it. I get like 3/4 of the way down, and my fucking dumbass roommate, Tim, starts cooking tuna fish right next to me. Dude, the last thing you want to do when you're on the verge of puking is start smelling some goddamn tuna fish. I'm like, and I flipped out on him. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? There's $1,000 on this, and you're cooking tuna. You couldn't wait 20 minutes to make your tuna fish, and it set me off there. I couldn't take the smell, and I puked everywhere. Fast forward a week
That's
later.
like a good excuse. Not even a good excuse. That's a terrible fucking excuse.
Fuck off.
When I'm chugging milk, I love smelling tuna fish. That's like my number 1 rule.
You have to have it.
I need it.
I'm
I
not
have,
drinking this
I
milk
have a can.
unless
I have a
someone
can next
opens
to me whenever I chug.
Yeah.
I was just chugging milk and I have a can somewhere.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know where it is.
A week later, the guys who I bet with, which is my old manager at a restaurant, he's like, no, that was fucked up. Let's do it again. So we went and we did it again. This time I had a plan. I mathematically broke it down to I had to drink a gallon of milk within a half hour. If I had a full hour, easy. But
Wait, a gallon?
A gallon of milk in a half hour.
The challenge that like hit the internet was an hour, right? Or is it a half
hour? Easy, dude. Hour I could ice off no problem.
Wait, is it an hour or is it a half hour?
I don't remember anymore. This was like over 10 years ago. But I did it in a half hour. I did it. Finished the gallon. And they had to make me hold it for the rest of the half hour for like 3 minutes. I got to a minute and a half holding it, and then I freaking projectile vomited in this alleyway. But I did it. I drank the whole entire freaking gallon.
Yeah, that's not the challenge, though. The challenge is holding it in.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Couldn't hold it down, but I got it in. I couldn't stay in.
You always get it in, don't you?
Oh, I always get it in. At least the tip.
Yeah.
You know, make them say no.
Yeah, that's right.
Make them say deny that feeling.
Make them puke.
If that's what happens, that's what happens. We're gonna say if just the tip makes them puke, you're doing the right things.
That's right.
Yeah. But back to the pregnancy stages, since we're going off the rails completely.
Oh yeah.
This was great. We drank. I had a blast. It was party time for me, and there was a special feeling during pregnancy. I do remember there was like this. They say women have a glow, but there's definitely like this energy that you carry around. It's like being in the summer all the time. You know, when you think about a summer in the past, and you get like that weird feeling. It's kind of like that for 9 months. That's how I felt. Like you got that kind of nostalgic feeling all the time. I don't know how it went for you, but I did enjoy pregnancy. Was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
You guys went to Hawaii. What are you talking about? I thought you had a blast.
That was at the end, or that was shit. That was in the middle.
Terramana Tequila. Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. I was just gonna say that as many times. Dwayne Johnson, Terramana Tequila. All right, keep going.
DJ. So the beginning sucked. The beginning was terrible. She couldn't stand me. Like everything I did was wrong. Everything I said was wrong.
Oh man. I
couldn't brush my teeth more because like her sense of smell was heightened.
Oh yeah.
Everything was just bad. I would get in bed and she's like your breath smells. She would say that a lot. So I guess maybe I just have bad breath. But yeah, she hated me. And for like a good like couple weeks. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I guess this is before we found out. This was before we found out she was pregnant.
Oh, so you didn't even know what was going on.
No, and she was just going through all these crazy feelings, I guess, because of the pregnancy. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
everything I did was wrong, and we just moved into our new apartment, and we just got settled in. Everything was perfect, and then she's just like, "I don't like it here. Um, you're pissing me off. Everything you do is wrong." And I was just kind of like blown away. I didn't know how to feel about that.
Yeah.
But then we found out she was pregnant, and she's like, "Okay, I guess it's the hormones."
Yes.
And then after a couple weeks of knowing we were pregnant, things got a lot better. She I guess started liking me again because now she loves me again, so it works out. But
I wonder if it's like a built-in resentment, just like even if they don't know they have a baby, there's something about women's like as soon as they get pregnant, it's like what did you do to my fucking body, you asshole?
well, it wasn't that was later. That definitely happened later, but not like earlier in the pregnancy.
But
That
did you
was
have
definitely in the
stretches where it was like really good? Like, I guess
we had
Megan and I had
stretches in the middle. No, we definitely like you're talking about the baby moon. We went to Florida. We went to Disney World,
with Hawaii. What the fuck?
and we went there. We went both. We were actually no for Hawaii. That was in the beginning. That was when I proposed to her.
Ah,
You know, one of those.
solid move, by the way.
What's that?
You can't say no in Hawaii.
Yeah, I know. It was hook, line, sinker.
Yeah,
Like that was the game plan.
yeah.
And
And
no, but the baby.
you did
What?
tell me on the record. You texted me before you knew you were pregnant. Before you knew you were just dating the girl, and
Yeah,
you texted me and you said, "I think that I'm gonna propose to her." You had this in plan before baby, which is a very important point because most of the people who have kids, it's very unexpected. They don't live with the girl first. The baby comes first, the relationship comes second. And you didn't exactly get all the steps in order, but I do remember you texting me and saying, I think I'm going to propose to this chick. And that was with no baby consideration. That was nothing. So,
yeah. No, I thought that months before she got pregnant.
yeah.
Um, I told Willie that. I told Casey that. I think I told Casey that. But
Yeah.
I told you that. I told Willie that. I told Galen that. But we didn't think she was gonna get pregnant so fast.
I think I'm drinking a lot more than you, by the way. Just
I
throwing that out there.
I don't think so. Kieran, can you make me one?
Hold on. Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne
Terramana Tequila. Dwayne
DJ,
Johnson. Check it
okay,
out.
Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne
Hey,
Johnson.
Badass Dads.
BD. BD. BAD.
BADC. Yeah.
BAD. BADC.
BAD, but it's BADC for the cast.
Gotcha.
But as your pregnancy went along, you had a couple vacations, which was great. There was a lot going on. So you proposed, you're getting pregnant.
So yeah, proposed in Hawaii. That went great, and she was starting to feel good at that point. She got past like it was all that like when she was feeling like shit is when she hated me,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of like Galen, Galen's girl's pregnant, right?
Yeah.
So Galen texted me. He's like, "Bro, she hates me right now." I was like, "Oh, nice. That's just the stage that she's in right now.
It's the
So
stage. Yeah.
she'll get past that, and then she'll love you again, and things will turn out great."
See,
So,
Megan
but
and
I
I
didn't,
were
I
together.
didn't know that. I didn't know the stages yet.
Well, it's funny because I think I had heard about the stages or had somewhere picked up in life along the line that that could be a thing. But I've been with Megan for a long time, and we were together for 7 years before we had our kid. And I think she had already built up a very strong hatred for me, but it
Yeah,
didn't really
as
change
people
much.
tend to do.
Yeah, so it wasn't much different. It was already just I'm sick of your shit. Oh, you're pregnant? Yeah, but I'm still just sick of your shit. But so I
But
don't know
now
if I.
I'm sick of your shit with a baby.
Yeah, now you're in my body, and I'm sick of your shit,
Yeah,
and I can't drink or smoke. No.
yeah, but I almost bought a shirt that said like I'm drinking for two. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't think she liked that.
No, I said that everywhere I went though.
Yeah.
It got really old. Really old.
Not for you though.
Oh no, it's still not old.
You're like drinking for two.
I'm not pregnant anymore. Still drinking for 2.
Drinking for two.
Yeah, drinking for 2. But yeah, I don't know. So it's funny, yeah. Like, I mean, it must have gotten better for you. I don't know. I guess I just really enjoyed pregnancy. We were also pregnant over the summer, which probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, we were too.
Yeah.
August. Wait, when the fuck was he born?
July.
July.
I'll cut this part out. Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine. People ask me all the time. They're like, "When is he born? When was it? When's his birthday?" And I'm like, get like a slight panic attack, and I'm just like, "Wait, what the fuck? How like? Don't put me." I was just saying in my mind what day he was born, and then you asked me, and now I forget.
Yeah.
But July 30th.
July 30th.
I it's either the 30th or the 31st. I don't
Well, you
know.
know what they say, you subtract 9 months or whatever, and then you figure out where you were.
Oh, I know that. I'm talking about his birthday. Pretty sure 30.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Either that or the day after.
Yeah. I remember hers rolls off the tongue. 4/4/14, so it's easy.
Fucking lucky.
Hmm.
Yeah. 4/4/14. I'll never forget that now.
Yeah.
It sounds like you could even have a stutter and say that perfectly.
4/4/14.
Yeah.
You're right. You could.
But going back to what we were talking about.
It's the pregnancy, like, so she got over that phase, so she stopped hating you.
She, like, I swear to God, it was like night and day. Where one day I was just like, this is not gonna work out, and definitely not. I don't want that. I want it to work out great because I love her and everything. She's amazing. And then everything I do is just like the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And then it was like night and day. She just turned this switch and we started getting along great. And then she's like, we're going to go to Florida for our baby moon. She's
baby moon. I keep calling it babycation. Baby moon.
Baby moon.
Baby moon.
But babycation, that sounds a lot more fun.
Because you're on occasion.
I'd rather go on a babycation.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went to Florida. We went to Gatorland. It was badass. And then after that, she talked me into not drinking for a month. But that's right when fucking coronavirus hit.
Yeah.
And we were stuck inside. She's like, "Oh, you're getting off easy. This is an easy month." I was like, "No, I'm getting off rough.
Yeah.
I'm stuck inside all day. I want to get a little tipsy."
You want to drink more? Yeah.
Yeah. But I did a month. It was great. Did a little more in a month because it felt good.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't do anything that I would normally do.
Right. You want to take that energy that you have, that extra energy from not drinking, to go work out and actually do those things. And then coronavirus just puts a straitjacket on all that shit.
Right. And I was working out every day before. Now I got I'm starting to get dad bod.
Dude, it's
almost.
tough.
Not really, but almost.
Right now, I've got to carve out time to work out, and it's usually in the morning. If I don't get it in the morning, it's not going to happen in the rest of the day. And if I don't get a good night's sleep, then I ain't waking up in the morning. So it's like it all comes back to just sleep, man. Like,
right.
And I try to do it 5 days a week, get up, do my thing. But there's days, I mean, I didn't do it today. I was just exhausted. We were up all night again, rolling around, and we got to get her out of the bed. And it's the whole thing, man. The whole thing.
It's the whole fucking thing.
And it'll spiral away from you. Yeah. I mean, I've never been out of shape in my life. Like,
I know.
I've always been able to maintain, but like right now I feel like a sack of shit. And it's like, just because, I mean, you eat worse because you eat when you can.
You eat whatever she wants.
Yeah.
When she's pregnant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
And it's like, and then if you get the wrong thing, it's like if you're eating something like that she doesn't like, you're gonna hear something from the side.
100%. Yeah, but that's your role. When, at least, I mean, it is for those 9-10 months that they are pregnant. They have the ultimate excuse. You have to listen. You really can't say no. So you accept it, you move on, and you make a game out of it. Like, You know, like being the good husband, it does pay dividends down the road because you'll have that over you, not have it over her, but you'll be able to be like, look, you remember when I didn't drink for over a fucking month? Yeah, I'm gonna go get fucking
It
tanked right.
wasn't it's not like I'm saying that like it was like a almost impossible task. It was fucking easy.
Yeah.
But um but it was boring. I'd rather have a fucking beer every now and then,
Yeah.
especially if I'm just sitting at home like at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But then every day turned into a fucking like I didn't know what day it was. In the beginning of the whole Corona shutdown thing, where no one was on the streets, where you could look outside and not see one person, that was wild.
You really did lose time.
Yeah,
And
you didn't know what fucking day it was. If you didn't have your cell phone or internet, you would not know what day it was.
it's still sort of like that. Still a little bit like that. But I think what's scary is that we've all adjusted so well that it's sort of become accepted, like this life that we have.
Right. And people are getting over it. And people are like, fuck that. I'm going out. And restaurants just opened up, I believe today or yesterday.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with that, but
It'll shut down again. It's gonna be a vicious circle over and over.
that's
But
when I get there, because
whatever.
yeah,
I'll now I get to go to Dirty Birds. Shout out Dirty Birds.
yeah, Dirty Birds. DJ, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Terror Months killed Dwayne Johnson.
DJ
Um,
Dwayne Johnson. So back to the pregnancy thing. Um, where were we on that?
well, I don't know. Was there anything else about the pregnancy that like rings a bell? Any funny stories, or we move on to the actual giving birth part?
Oh, okay. Well, she's not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it. When we found out she was pregnant, we were on our way to Mitch's house. You remember Mitch Mac?
I do. I remember Mick tagging him in the middle of the night when he passed out drunk. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Um, Modelo,
More beer now.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Um, we're gonna do that every time we drink. Just Dwayne Johnson.
Every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes, we're gonna say Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. So we were on our way to his house, and after his house, because it was Lawson's birthday, is when we found out she took the pregnancy test. Me and my boy Nate were putting together a bar for the kitchen, and
For
she
whose kitchen?
for my kitchen back when we had the apartment.
Yeah.
And
Wait, did you live with her at that time?
yeah,
Oh, so you already lived together?
yeah, we were living together,
Oh, well, there you fucking go.
but we were living together for maybe 3 weeks to a month, maybe.
Before you found out she was pregnant.
Yeah.
You got it in.
Oh, how do you think she was pregnant? Got it in.
Touche.
But I was at the store getting Fireball. She wanted Fireball because she loves Fireball.
Yeah, my wife does too, but we don't let her drink that because bad things happen. But keep going.
And she was like, hey, pick up Fireball and just get a pregnancy test just to be sure. And I was like, all right. And she's asked that before, and she's told me, she's like, I think I'm pregnant. I was like, no, you're not pregnant. And so I got Fireball, and we were gonna go to a show that night, and we were gonna pop some Molly.
Oh, man.
And Molly apparently is like, it'll give you an abortion if you're pregnant. So
You're telling me now.
yeah, well, now you know.
Just playing.
And so we were going out that night, and Nate was over. We're building a bar, and I give her the bottle. Like I got a big bottle for like the whole party, and then I give her the pregnancy test. She goes in the shower. She turns on the shower. She pees on the stick, fixes like the temperature of the water, looks back, and she's just like, "What the fuck? I'm pregnant." And then so me and Nate are still working on the bar. She comes out and she's like shaking. She's like, Jack, come here right now. I need to talk to you. And Nate's like, oh, you're in trouble. And I was like, no, I think I know what this is. We go in the other room. She tells me, and I'm like, holy shit. We talk about it, and we kind of leave it. We leave it like the conversation open. We didn't finish it, and she's like, "Your friend's here. Like, go finish the bar. Do whatever you're doing. I'm gonna get ready for tonight." And then I tell Nate. Nate's the first person to know besides us two.
Uh,
And he's like, "What's up?" I was like, she just took a pregnancy test. She's pregnant." And he's like, "Oh shit." And this person, the first question he asks is she religious? And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, then you're all good then."
Nate, what an asshole.
He's like,
But
"You're all
but he's
you're
right.
all you're all good. You can." Dwayne Johnson.
Wait,
He's like, and then he's like, "You're all good. Don't worry about it. Just take care of that. Just flush it down." And I was like, "I don't know if she's gonna want to do that. And I don't know if I want to do that." And so he leaves, and we're on the way to the party, Mitch's house, and we start talking. And I was like, "Listen, if you want to go through with this, I'm 100% in." And then we both agreed that we both want to, and here we are today.
yeah, that's nuts, man. And it's I mean, I don't know the exact words you said to her in that very first moment, but you can't take them back, you know? Like that first moment when you realize, like, good or bad, because full disclosure, I've been on the side of it where you don't want to hear it. You know, and then the next words coming about, well, it's like I got $400, like we can, you know, take care of this thing, but like that was way in the
Yeah.
past. For this,
No,
it was like
no, I was pretty I told her, I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna do whatever you want to do, but I mean,
smart thing to say. That's all I gotta say.
but I mean, I was honestly, I was stoked. She's
Really?
yeah, I love her. She's amazing. So I was like, I'm 30, 32 at the time, so might as well, you know.
Works out. And you wanted kids.
Yeah. And
It's
she
funny.
did too, but I don't think she wanted them right now.
Well,
We
she's
could have
younger. She's
we could have
younger than
waited.
you, right?
Yeah. She's 2 years younger, so
Oh, that's 2 years. I mean, for a woman, they want the baby early anyway. So
right.
yeah. I mean, I get that. I wanted to George Clooney it. I wanted to wait until I was way older. You know, I was okay with having a kid when I was 40, 42. You know,
That's what I was thinking too. I always said that. I always said I'll get married at like 45, have a kid by 50.
but with a younger chick. Like that's how you think it up.
Yes, in my
Like,
mind, she's 30, I'm 45, 50, whatever. But
if
but then
50, I would want to be 50 because when she's going to college, you're fucking almost 70, dude.
exactly.
Fuck that.
I used to think I'll always be limber and agile, even when I'm 70.
No, you're gonna be limp and fucking
Yeah,
dead, dude.
yeah.
Oh, you fucking
Anyways, I just thought that. And but now looking back at it, I'm like, I'm so stoked. I'll be able to throw a ball. When he's 18, we're gonna be able to like throw a ball the same distance, I feel like.
the same distance.
Same distance. I still got it. I'll still have it.
Oh man.
I can throw
That's
a
one
60
thing. I
yard
don't have to
ball.
worry about my little girl throwing a ball further than me. So that's okay.
Well, you can't throw a ball. So it's,
Suck a dick, dude. I can throw a fucking ball.
oh, come on. I've seen you play slosh ball. It's
Bro,
embarrassing.
remember when we were standing outside at the pool and you were like, hit this target and you were fucking 50 feet away with the football and boom, right in the hands. You remember.
Of course, but I moved my hands. It was
No,
on the
you
other
didn't
side.
move at all.
It
And
was on the other side.
you didn't move at all. And you looked at me and you're like, that was
Okay, I do remember that one good throw you had. It
fuck
was
off.
amazing.
I have an immaculate arm. Immaculate.
No, you do have a good throw. You do have a good throw.
I'm a good
It's
athlete. Our whole
because
family's
you're
full of
lefty.
good athletes, okay? So
Because
even the
you're
worst
lefty.
athletes in our family are still good athletes.
Because you're lefty.
Yeah, I am a lefty. God damn it.
Lefties are what's up. That's what's up.
Like, yeah, dude. Now I think it's 4 out of the last 6 presidents were left-handed. The only 2 that weren't were Trump and Bush Jr.
Ugh.
Bush Jr., yeah. But
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson? Dwayne Johnson. Let's do it, Dwayne Johnson. I like it. I think we got enough on pregnancy. I think we covered a lot of great shit. I'd love to just talk really kind of briefly about what it was like in the actual hospital room because I got a crazy story about that. And
All right, you go first.
all right, well, obviously, it's a huge day, and like you got to pack your bags the night before. And I remember it was Thursday night football because I played DraftKings, and shout out DraftKings. I played DraftKings, and it was a Patriots game, and it was a showdown slate for those who gamble, and I won. I got first place. It was $400,000 grand prize. So I split that $400,000 to the point where I only got 15 of it. So I won $15,000. And that night, we just had a feeling that it was gonna happen because the
That
contraction
what?
that she was.
Oh, okay. That yeah.
Yeah, so it's like all happening. So I was watching that game, and I'm watching that game, and I got money riding on it, right? And we're packing our bags, the emergency bags, like for the hospital to just go because we just had that feeling because it could have happened the night before. I win, we celebrate, it's for real. The money gets put in my account. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome, dude. Like, I'm stoked. 4 hours later, because we're sleeping, she wakes up in the middle of the night. It's like 2:30 in the morning. She's like, I think it's happening. And her water breaks. And this is my fucking wife. Her water is breaking. And she's sitting in the bathroom blow drying her hair because she doesn't want to look bad when she's having the baby. So she's sitting there like having a baby, fucking doing her hair and a little bit of makeup. I'm like, we need to get to the fucking hospital. So I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get the bags loaded up, we go. I'm cool as a cucumber. Like I was expecting to be nervous. I was expecting to like
I don't believe that.
be overwhelmed. I was cool as a cucumber.
I
Got
do
her
not
in.
believe that for
Dude,
1 second.
I handled my biz. I handled my biz. Got the bags in, loaded the trunk. The hospital is literally right down the street, 2-minute ride, not even. So we get in there. It's like, yeah, you're fucking having a baby. You got to fill out all this paperwork, which is like you're in emergency mode, but then you got to stop for 10 minutes and fill out all this bullshit paperwork. It's funny, like you still gotta, you think it's this fantasy world, you're having a baby, but you still gotta stop in like a white room on a old chair and fill out all this paperwork while you're, bringing a baby into the world. So we did that. We get in the room, and it was pretty much hell. She went through a lot of pain until she got the epidural, which is another thing I was going to ask you. You can answer it in a minute, but uh, for anyone out there who's wondering if you should get the epidural shot or not, I'm saying 100% yes, because the pain that my wife was in before and after the shot,
It's
it's like
it's
night and
like
day.
it's night and day.
I was cool as a cucumber until my wife started just freaking out. She was in pain. She was like screaming, crying. She was in so much pain. There's nothing you can do. It looks like a person's like back is breaking in front of you.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna end. I can't take this. I've heard of like 36-hour pregnancies. I was like, I'm not gonna go through this for hours and hours and hours. Finally, the guy comes in, and it's gnarly, dude. They're putting the needle into the spine. I don't know if you watched, but
I
the
did.
whole process
I did.
is it's fucking gnarly.
It is.
And yeah, so that freaked me out. But I kept it in, and I was trying to be like a man, shove it down. As Bill Burr says, shove the emotions down.
Shove it down.
Shove
Keep
it
it down.
down.
Keep it down.
Keep it down like a man. So I did, and I was inside. Then I was like kind of freaking out because the needle's going into my wife's spine. I was freaked out, dude. I was
That's the
like,
scary part.
man, that was the scariest part. But to get through the story, so she did that, and like, thank God, because then it was like she was good. You get her ice chips, and she's good. She's feeling good. She's fucking hopped up on whatever the fuck that is. So that was like rule number one: get the goddamn shot. Don't be a hero. Get the fucking shot. But after that, you're waiting for contractions. You're waiting for them to ovulate to a certain point, which I can't even remember. Was it 12 centimeters? Dilate. It goes from like 4 to 8 to 12, whatever. So we're waiting for that. And I remember they're balancing out the chemicals. And they're balancing out your baby's oxygen. And they're like, oh, well, if we go down here, your baby's dead. And then you go up here, your baby's dead. We need to keep it right here where your baby stays alive. So we're balancing out that with the oxygen stuff so that she can speed up the ovulations and get this baby out. And the doctor was great, man. She did it all, and the whole thing like seamless. Like you knew this lady was on her fucking. She knew what she was doing. Pregnancy comes. I'm holding her hand. The actual birth is coming. push, 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 dude. I'm telling you, it was like the easiest fucking thing. And I know I'm the dude saying this, but for Megan, even she said it wasn't painful. She came out real quick. It was like 3 big pushes, and my baby was coming out, man. Beautiful. And you know, you don't feel anything at that moment. Right now, you're just kind of like making sure everything's all right. This is where the crazy shit happens because the baby comes out. Now you got to cut the umbilical cord. And the doctor's like, "Why aren't you filming this?" Doctor yelled at me, "You should be filming this." I was like, "I don't know what the fuck to do." Like I'm sitting here like a jackass, just like, Duh, I'll hold your hand, I'll hold your foot. She's like, "You should be filming this." So I break it out. I'm filming it, hand it to a nurse. I cut the umbilical cord. I'm cool with that. All that stuff I expected. I'm cool with that. Now we're taking the baby. They rub Vaseline on her eyes, put her into the little incubator to make sure she's good, and they're going to start giving her shots. I go over with the baby to the incubator. The other doctor comes in to give her shots. They start them off with those vaccines right away. They put some shit in her. Right at that moment, the doctor's like, "Oh no." And I turn around and the doctor is shoulder deep inside my wife, trying to get the placenta out. Placenta was stuck. And this is freak out moment because your wife can die at this time. This could be really bad. And she was contracted so much that it was holding the placenta inside. The doctor couldn't get the placenta out. So she's literally shoulder deep inside my wife, trying to pull this thing out. And I shit you not, blood everywhere. It looked like an episode of Dexter. And at that same moment, the doctor giving my baby shots, she's like in my ear, "Isn't she so special? Don't you love your daughter? Look how beautiful she is." Oh, I'm like, I'm worried about my wife, like fucking dying over here, trying to like be happy about my baby over here. And I'm looking over there, there's blood everywhere. It's a horror scene. And so the first moments like all of a sudden fucking craziness. Like she needs to go to the emergency room. She needs to go to surgery, dude. So they take my wife down. My wife can't even hold the baby. She's gonna go down to surgery. The first 2 hours my baby girl was born, I had my shirt off, skin to skin. I had to hold my baby for the first 2 hours, and she's hungry, dude. She wants to eat. They're supposed to go right to their mother. And I'm waiting, and Megan's downstairs in the emergency room. I have no contact to anybody. I'm sitting up waiting with my brand new baby, freaking out because she literally could fucking die.
Right.
And the other nurse comes in and she's like, well, we have some formula for your baby. I'm like, the first thing my baby eats in this world is going to be from my wife. And so I had to like sit there in limbo. I kept telling the doctor, she's getting mad at me. I was like, no, she's not eating that formula. I was like, the first thing my baby has is going to be her mother's milk. And I don't know why I was going to die on that hill because to me, it was like, I don't want my wife to die. So I was, I was just stubborn. I was like, the first thing that my baby's going to eat is from her mother. It was more like me being like, my wife's going to be okay. Like I'm just being stubborn because if I knew my wife was going to be okay, I probably would have been like, okay, give the baby the formula. But something about me was like, no, she needs it because I'm like in my head, I'm like, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right. She's gonna be here. She's gonna be up any minute and she's gonna feed this baby and it's gonna be all right. So I just went around the room reading everything. I was reading the emergency signs. I was reading the warning description on the bed, just to my baby, just walking around for 2 fucking hours. My wife's down in surgery. Finally, she comes up, just like looked like she had the life drained from her.
Right. Just pale as a ghost.
Just pale as a ghost, drained. But you know what? I handed her her baby, and it was just like
That was the first time she held her.
that was the first time, and then it was just
Wow.
like a calm.
Wow. Right. For you.
For me
For
and
both.
but for my wife too, because she just went through hell.
For the baby too.
Yeah, I had the in-laws in the waiting room. I would not let them see the baby. I said, "You're not gonna be able to hold this baby before my wife does." So I'm like at the door, like telling the doctor to stop. I'm telling the in-laws to stop. I'm like, it's me and this baby until it's her mother and the baby, and then everybody else can come in. And
Right.
thank God, like
That's the process. That's the process. That's how it should be.
it was so scary, but it all worked out. And then of course we stayed for like 2-3 nights. And my wife was just out of it, dude. She went through hell. So it was just like me taking care of the baby and then giving it to her when she could breastfeed, in between just sleeping.
Right.
But it looked like it was going to be the easiest pregnancy or easiest birth ever, to a nightmare, absolute nightmare. To it was okay.
Yeah.
And the doctor, dude, she knocked out of the park. She was calm the whole time, even though I could hear in her voice when she was like, "Oh no," I heard in her voice, and like then panic set in. I was like, "Fuck," because I could hear in the doctor's voice she was worried.
Right.
Uh, and then you see a person's entire arm inside another person, and now it's kind of funny, but it freaked me out, dude.
I bet.
So that was our birth story. It was beautiful, but a nightmare.
And it feels like every story that I've heard has been so smooth, except like this one, and mine was also not that smooth. Um, so we get there, everything's good. Well, we had a couple scares. We were like, you know how they say you should have sex before to try and like.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah.
So we tried that, and then like after we looked down, and there's just like this. She's not gonna like this, but there's like big, huge fucking pile of blood in our bed,
Yeah.
and like this is maybe a week before his due date. And so we're freaking out. We're like, what the fuck? And we call the doctor. They're like, get in the hospital right now and get checked up. That was all just a scare. We're good to go. And then the doctor eventually schedules us for a C-section. Everything's going good. We're in the room. Everything's fine. She's good. They inject her with a shot that just hurries the process.
Yeah, what do they call it? I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, like it speeds up the ovulations or whatever.
Yes.
Or contractions.
Contractions.
Yeah.
Ovulations.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, speeds up the contractions, and so they give her that, and then she's starting to feel the pain, and like within an hour of that, she's in a lot of pain, and she wanted to see kind of how far. I don't know why women want to do this, but she wanted to see how far she can go until she gets the epidural.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, it's gonna take a while for that doctor to give you the epidural, so before you feel like you can't go any further, you should probably call in the doctor at least, because it's going to take some time. So she gets to the point where she can't take it anymore. She can't bear the pain. She asked me to tell the nurse, and then the nurse calls the doctor, and then they're like, oh, he's in a emergency room right now. He'll be in like an hour. So she has to go through this pain, this gnarly fucking pain that she shouldn't have to go through for about an hour. And I was freaking out at that point. That's when I started getting mad and like not being friendly with the nurses or the doctors or anything. Well, I didn't see the doctors at this point, but that the nurses, they always have it bad because they always see the angry people. The doctors always see the nice people.
Yeah.
And I think the best job in the world is the doctor who gives the epidural, because they see the most angry person in the world. And the second you give them that shot, yeah, it's hard to do because like it's just on the spine. Yeah. But the second, I mean, when you're walking out of that room, the whole room is happy. The husband or the father, the mother, they are so calm and relaxed at that point that like there's like zero stress on them from there on out. But anyway, she gets that shot. Everything's cool. But that shot also delays the pregnancy. So then it's like a waiting game for like 5-6 hours. I don't even know, maybe 10 hours. Yeah. I was just in that room. I should have ordered pizza. I should have brought some video games, or actually I did, but I didn't order pizza, but I brought like Casey's little Nintendo thing, but I never played it. I was just updating her family, my family, all my friends. And so everything's going good. And then they said it's time to push. She starts pushing. And the doctor looks a little concerned. And she's like, okay, well, calm down, calm down, calm down. And then she sticks her hand up there and starts like massaging the baby's head.
Yeah.
And she said that's to like keep the heart rate up because the heart rate was dropping too low. And then we found out that the cord was around his neck.
I've
And
heard about this. That's fucked.
so every time she pushed, it would compress the cord around his neck, stopping the blood flow, and then fucking up her heart rate. Everything's getting fucked up. So every time she would say push, 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 the heart rate would just fucking go straight down. And then they say stop, 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 stop. And then she'd go up in there and start massaging the head again. And at this point, we're freaking out because when a doctor gets quiet, that's when you know it's serious.
Yeah.
Doctors like to talk. And if they're quiet, you know that fuck, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So
Good point.
so the nurses are quiet, the doctor's quiet. We're like bug-eyed looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? I'm about to freak out. And then they give her some more drugs, they calm her down, make the heart rate go back up, and then they leave us alone for a couple hours. Then they come in, yeah. Then they come in again a couple hours later. Same shit happens, but this time the heart rate went way down. And so she grabs her big fucking scissors and just starts cutting away. And then I don't know if you know like about the degree of vaginal tears, but they are pretty gnarly. I don't know what degree it goes up to, but she has a 4th-degree tear, which is like vaginal to anal, just like straight cut.
Just gotta get that baby out of there.
Because the heart rate went so low
Yeah.
and it was wrapped around the neck that they just had to rip it out. So they're like push, 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 pushing down on the stomach, flexing, cutting, and then finally the baby came. But I was at a good angle where I can't see too much of what's going on. I didn't want to see too much. I can handle it. The surgical tech background, I can handle blood and guts, but I didn't want to see her in that way, I guess.
No, I get it. You can't unsee that. I mean, it's crazy.
But so I was at a good angle where I could see like the ridge and then the baby's head come out. Yeah. And that was awesome. But then like it was halfway out and then they had to worry about the umbilical cord, take that off. And that's when I saw my baby and he looked completely like I haven't even told her this yet, but it was like purple. And I was just freaking out. I was like, oh, you're doing great. I'm trying to comfort her the whole time.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just how babies come out looking. But he looked a little like I've seen a lot of videos and they didn't look this purple. So he looked really purple. And then they brought him up and it took a second for him to start crying. But then right when you hear that cry, it's like all your worries are done.
Yeah.
But then the doctor, she was a great doctor, but she did that gnarly fucking tear. And it took my wife a long time to recover from that. And still to this day, like she's not fully recovered. Like it's fucking gnarly. It was like the gnarliest thing. And every time she takes a shit or anything, like it hurts. It's like a cut in her asshole as well. It's fucked. But it's good now. I mean, we got little Cooper here and she's doing a lot better. She couldn't walk for like 3 weeks.
Well, Cooper better fucking appreciate, man.
Oh, I'm definitely he'll see this podcast and and I'll tell him all about it.
Yeah, we have proof.
He'll know that he was giving us hell before he even knew it.
Yeah. You, me, and Dwayne Johnson were all witnesses.
Dwayne Johnson. Dude, that's gnarly. So check out 4th-degree tear because that shit is fucking no joke.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna appreciate that because it's not something that people probably talk about a lot, and to know that you're not alone. Because you know, you probably felt really alone in that, especially her too, after the fact, just having to mentally deal with that, man. It's like,
Well, and the doctor didn't talk to her at all about what she has to do to keep it clean and like because it's just so fucking gnarly. Imagine like just the deepest fucking cut you could possibly get in that
most
area
sensitive
in
spot you could think of. Yeah.
the worst spot ever.
Oh, it's making me hurt down there,
Yeah, no joke. It's crazy.
dude. That is fucking crazy.
It is. And like every day she's fucking she's tough. She did all that and she did
Yeah, you
really
gotta
good.
have respect, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta have respect for that because, like, I ain't trying to have my shit cut up like that.
No, fuck no. Fuck no, fuck
I'm
no.
not trying to have a doctor's arm shoulder deep in me either. It's like, man,
Well, you might
then
like it.
say again.
You might like that though.
Yeah, I might, I might like it. Yeah. Hey, you never know.
You never know. Don't knock it till you try it.
You gotta try new things. Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I mean, looking back now, knowing that everything's okay, I'm not saying that it's a good thing that we went through those experiences, but it certainly makes it more interesting looking back and then talking about it to think that because you do only ever hear about like all the good stories.
Right.
And I've heard of people like in there for a few days, like pushing and contracting, and it takes a long time. I know my sister, she took a long time, but I mean, it's one thing to take a long time and you're in pain and push, and it's another thing to have your body like cut, you know.
Right.
That's extreme, man. I'm sure the doctor's a little freaked out too, man. They probably don't
Oh,
have.
she was. She was. When she went quiet, you could see panic on all their faces.
Yeah.
And I mean, they definitely don't deal with that every day.
Man.
And she was definitely scared. You could tell. All the nurses, when the nurses and the doctors are quiet, that's when you got to start worrying.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was scary. Definitely scary.
I'm just thankful that we know now everything's okay. It's very easy. Maybe because I've had a girl, I'm like more emotionally unstable because I'll cry at everything on TV. But I feel things so fucking hard now, man. Like I feel it. I'll like if the music kicks in on like The Office and it's supposed to be an emotional moment, I'm already going. So
Right.
like you're telling me that story, man, and I'm just like I'm feeling the pain, man. I think it's because I had a girl that just makes you more like emotionally unstable or more in tune with your emotions or something. But like, fuck, man, like I just want to go give your wife a hug right now. It's like,
I'll give her one for you.
fuck, dude. That is freaking the craziest shit. And then it makes me feel better about our story. Not like you need to feel better about it, but it's
No, I
like,
completely understand. I know what you're saying. Like, it's crazy shit happens probably with like every pregnancy. But I think ours were a little crazier than most.
dude, I mean, I really thought I was gonna be the one bringing the crazy story to that. I didn't know all that shit about your pregnancy.
I didn't know that about yours.
Yeah. And that's why I said before is like on the way there, I wasn't panicking and anything. I was cool as a cucumber,
Well,
dude.
yeah,
Like,
you see movies, you see TV shows, you hear stories. Everything's just by the book.
right.
It's
There's nothing,
easy.
yeah.
It's like it's gonna work out. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
And then like your baby's gonna come out and it's gonna look amazing. And then you're like, no, that baby looks like a disgusting alien. And then
It's like
and
Ron Burgundy says, that escalated quickly.
yeah, exactly.
That,
And then it takes a while. Like like babies look fucking gross. They look
oh well, yeah, they come out with the head, and then you're worried, like, is my baby's head fucked up? Because it comes
yeah,
out like a
no,
goddamn alien.
and it's fucking gross. And then I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
I mean Cooper's nuts were huge. Huge. They were swollen. And like they stayed swollen for weeks.
Oh, were you jealous?
Yeah. Like his whole genitalia was just big as fuck. I was like, we gotta get a test. I don't know if that's my kid.
Like I thought I was doing good. No,
Yeah, exactly. But no, I guess like all genitalia is like swollen, come out, and their heads are swollen.
everything's deformed, man.
It's just gross. They look like aliens. And then after a couple weeks, few weeks, they start looking like people, and then
But that head takes a while to take shape, man. It takes a while for that the head to get back in shape there.
right. I mean, Cooper's head is still as wide as his shoulders.
And you know, you're
Yeah.
only 5 months in, so um
No,
and the best is in front of you,
six,
man. The
not
best
even six.
6. Yeah, not even 6. I mean, it's just these different phases of like, I can't wait until Cooper gets to Atlantis's age, but then at the same time, she's going to be a different age at that. So we'll be talking about it then. But the state she's in now, just so aware and going from the deformed head to this, it's just, it really blows your fucking mind, man. It really,
Yes.
there's no way around it. It's like it's the dad's club, man. It's like when you buy a new car and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere on the freeway and on all the roads. All of a sudden you see the car you bought. It's like once you have a baby, you start seeing all the baby shit, and you're just like, the
Yeah,
whole
and
world
then you
out.
see other people with babies, and you just want to go talk to them. Like, dude, you got a baby? I got a
Oh,
baby.
totally different. Before I couldn't even. I
You
didn't
don't
want
want to look at it.
to. Yeah,
You don't
nothing.
even want to look at it. And now
No.
you're just like, dude, tell me about your baby.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you want to. You actually want to hear.
Yeah, tell me
It's like
everything.
amazing.
I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I mean that, and that's the whole point of this thing, man. And which, by the way, we should probably wrap up. I think we got. I mean, I think that was a great conversation, man. For our first real Bad Dads cast, like, I mean, I think we've
Dwayne
probably
Johnson.
Dwayne Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
But yeah, I think it was great.